This will be a long overdue video, but I'm doing a general progress report on Controller Cleaner. Just some background information, of course, is that this is a continuation from my Game Feel modules project Controller Disassembly. This time adding further content to the game, like actually the cleaning and repairing and testing functionalities that was first ever intended for this project. For now, what we have is mostly the same as what Controller Disassembly was, barring some new exceptions. One, we have the living room space, but two, we have the test controller functionality, which when you press it, goes to the TV and you get to play a 2D platformer. Now the intention is that based on the status of how clean or repaired the controller is, it will affect the 2D player's inputs so that it drifts or doesn't work based on its state. Now if I just continue on with this, which is not anything new, these pods here are basically just, again, what Controller Disassembly was about, with minor exception because I've been having to fix a bunch of weight issues. Before I go on with some of these newer things, one big thing I want to note down is that when working on Controller Disassembly for Game Feel, didn't have as much time as I would really want to really get into this project. So a lot of sacrifices with how blueprints and all that had to be made, which means that it's not entirely the cleanest or the most effective use for blueprints just yet, but it's something that I'm going to be going over in the last moments that I can. Ignoring that, we have the rest of this. So finally, here's the new stuff. We have a UI slider with all your tools. If you press 2, 3, or 1, it toggles between the 3 different tools that you have. So we have the first tool being the screwdriver one, which is the one that we were just dealing with here. Now my intention for now is that when you're in this tool, this button over here, reconnect, will appear. But when you're going in other tools, this is unavailable. I might reword it so that it's not reconnect necessarily, but it's more like finalize results or whatever like that. But that's something that I'm going to have to think about, seeing how I go about that. Ignoring that, however, we have tool number 2, which is the soldering iron, and tool number 3, which is the cotton earbud cleaning. Now, cleaning's got nothing so far, that's the next stage, but soldering iron mode is essentially where these little boxes here, temporarily they are just cubes, but in the circuit board there'll be these sections that will show like a loose connection. And when you click on them, it brings it up to that little point, and it gives you this nice little UI. Now, whenever you hold down the input, it builds up this progress bar. If you release, it goes down. Now what I did was, I made it so that if you are going beyond that point and in the red, it will scream at you. If you release, it will reset or whatever like that. The intention is that when I incorporate cleaning mode eventually, what the intention is that it will add dirt around that area, which will then require more cleaning from the cleaning tool. But for now, that's not in place. Another thing that's another possibility for the future is that it'll add a score, and when you're in the red, it goes down and such based on whatever like that. But if you release it in the green, it will be complete and it will stop and whatever like that. Now, I haven't exactly continued on forward with the whole, getting rid of this, going back away, and preventing you from clicking again just yet, but for now, this is just my general side. I can hit art still to just reset it. Weird complications happened where during this, if I go back into screw mode so I can click this button and go into test mode, if I close out of it and go back on, it had for some reason had weird moments where when I select this back again, it would break the input, but that's now been fixed after a lot of annoyance. But yeah, the next progress update that I'm going to do will hopefully have the soldering feature fully more finalized with an actual like completion and everything like that, as well as more soldering points to do. Hopefully, I'll also have a mesh of sorts, and I'll also update my soldering irons texture because it's just a simple sketch that I did in like Critter or Photoshop. But I'll rework some things and make it clear that there are gaps in connections and whatever like that, and that this static mesh is just there to add that nice little connection with the soldering iron. If I can, I'll also try to find models for the soldering iron and carnier bud and such, so that they'll be on the desk. But also, when you've got them selected, I might see if I can make it so that it will appear on top of where you're going to connect, and when you hold down, it goes down, and when you release, it goes up. Those are some extra little polishing things here and there that I'm just going to be working on when I can. But my general hope is that I get all of the soldering iron done and then work on some of the testing functionality. Now, again, like I mentioned, what I need information to pass through. Whenever you pass through information by possessing this character, I need it so that based on that information, it will go ahead and determine how the inputs work. That's something for me to figure out as best as I can when I get to there, but that'll be after I sort out the soldering. And hopefully, when those two are sorted out, I'll be, for Gradex, ready. I won't have the carnier bud done for Gradex. I don't think I will, at least. But if I can get this sorted out in time, then that's all good for Gradex. But beyond Gradex, I'll be continuing on adding the cleaning functionality. And once that's sorted out, everything is about polish at that point. Making sure all the systems work. I can't break the game if I really wanted to try. And of course, cleaning my blueprint around here and there just to make it a bit more polished. And then final other things is that I want to be, of course, redoing the whole main menu and pause system. So one, there's actually going to be a pause menu for once. And thanks to Colab, I actually know a lot more about UI and Unreal now, so I can actually get it done pretty well now. But yeah, once the main menu's there, it will be a relatively polished experience. For Gradex, I don't think I'll have much of the UI there, pretty much. I'll do the build based on whenever I'm done with the testing and soldering iron, but the UI will stay the same simple design for now. As much as I'm disappointed by that, it's just fine. Anyway, I won't leave this going on for much longer because I just want to make sure there's a quick summary on lots of things that I've been working on for the past week or so. But yeah, I'll update things next time.